back to Dr. Kishan, who's still with us. Sir, I want to understand from you itself, because a lot of our viewers are still watching us, and for their benefit, how do exactly do astronauts in space like stay connected with their friends and their families? How do you think Sunita Williams would have stayed connected with her friends and her family, and how do you think that could have helped her cope with the entire situation that she faced out there?
Yeah, you must have read my mind. That's why I raised my hand. About 25, 30 years ago, I was given the responsibility to use virtual reality for training astronauts. So we had a top astronaut with 9 degrees by the name of Story Musgrave, incredible astronaut. So we used him as a guinea pig. We did these scenes like International Space Station and all that. So we worked hard on virtual reality as a means of training astronauts. Now you said, now it turned out, so I was looking at technologies needed for going to Mars. Now we are looking at 10 months to a year going, 10 months to a year coming back, maybe even 10 months staying there. We're looking at 2.5 to 3 years of mission length. So I got to thinking, how do we keep these astronauts motivated, fired up? Luckily, a new methodology came called augmented reality. Now, augmented reality, I worked on this augmented reality with a scientist from Brazil. She's the author of several papers and so on and so forth. But she came to NASA and gave us some presentations on augmented reality. But what augmented reality does for you, PI, is that it takes, for example, if Sunita Williams is going and she wants to have an interaction with brother or dad, we can feed to this virtual environment that we have created where we know what is where. We can feed that virtual environment with the realistic images of our family. That becomes then a thing what we call augmented reality. So now where we work hard, and you will see in future, NASA will use these tools for not only keeping astronauts psychologically healthy, but also training purposes. 3 years is a long time, and things can change. We need new training tools. We need new methodology. We may have developed a new thing that we need to feed to the astronauts. This virtual reality actually does that. And it does for repairing different things on your spacecraft. Virtual reality mixed with augmented reality is incredible. So I think you must have read my mind that the future will incorporate augmented reality, where you will have a platform where you are literally in the middle of your family.
One last question to Dr. Surendra Pal before we'll go to a quick short break and come back with this. Sir, of course, my very first question to you was about the health issues that the astronauts may face, but then there's also going to be a lot of treatment that's going to be given to them, both as far as physical health concerns are concerned, as well as the psychological challenges in addressing the change in their environment from space to finally being back on Earth. So could you walk our viewers through what sort of medical care is going to be provided?
See, the medical care is very extensive. There are experts. I think Dr. Kumar Kishan should be able to tell more. There are experts on each aspect, and there are more persons for looking after the psychology than the physiology. There are doctors who look after that, and there are medicines which will be given to them properly. The training, as far as the muscles are concerned, and in bone mass is concerned, an extensive training is there. I mean, they have got all sorts of equipments. If you look into it, it's a mind-boggling. And sitting here, it's not possible to visualize. But I have seen them from a distance, and all those things are done. So they take care of that one, as it was told by one of the panelists, that hundreds of persons are working on each aspect. So, in my opinion, that's not a matter of concern. What is the matter of concern is that some of the damages which must have taken place, which cannot be reversed back, what NASA is doing in those directions, I have got no idea. Maybe Dr. Kumar Krishnan should be able to tell, because he has got exposure to all the other things. Thank you.
All
I
right,
think there
sir.
are three things I will quickly point out.
Yes, sir.
Number one is radiation is still a big issue, particularly for going to Mars and staying on the moon for a much longer period of time. Then the two other things which are critical enablers are recycling the resources and what we call in situ resource utilization. Meaning, take what you can from the moon, take what you can from the Mars, and make things that can extend life on these planets. And then recycling, we did huge amount of work on recycling. And now we're so comfortable about, for example, recycling urine. It's just incredible how much work we have done in NASA, recycling water, etc. We still have a long ways to go, in my opinion. I have not kept up after the COVID a little bit because things got kind of slowed down because of the COVID. But we still don't have a good methodology
So,
to use.
apologies to interject you. I'll come back to you, but I have a commercial break to take right now. We'll just come back to you after this quick short break in 2 minutes.